my dear viewer, welcome to my channel. I know you're watching, so go subscribe so you can get another video. Like and comment to help me choose topics for you. Thank you so much. Hi dear viewer, today I'm going to share with you 5 steps to having a lovely, stress-free 80s style Easter this year. Now I've done a bit of a special, dressing up, painting my face. It's to say a big thank you for the people that have subscribed to the channel in the first few weeks. It's very exciting and I wanted to be a bit more entertaining, make a bit of a fool of myself, just to say thank you to you guys. Now I know the hat isn't really Easter because, as you know, it is Easter this week, so of course I can't find the rabbit ears anywhere, but I did find this. And there is a subscriber from Denmark. I'm sure it's Princess Mary. So thank you. This hat, this is for you. I hope you enjoy the video. I have to go now and decorate a hat for an Easter bonnet parade. That's something that is new. We never had them before. I don't know why we have it in this country, because we have the Melbourne Cup and that's our national silly hat day. Now we have another one. So this Easter, just skip Pottery Barn, skip the basket liners, skip the Beatrix Potter trademark. You don't need a basket liner, you don't need a basket for Easter. All this stuff is fairly new. Go back to the 80s, it's simple, there was less fuss, there was no decoration. If there was any decoration, the kids did it themselves. It was a beautiful time of simplicity, just downtime for the family to relax. So I hope you enjoy the video and I hope you have a lovely Easter next week. Thank you. Hi dear viewer, today I'm sharing 5 steps to having an 80s themed Easter. Number 1. A really great way to spend Easter in the 80s was to take the kids to the caravan. Back then, a caravan experience was more like this, then this. The following tips can still be used at home, so don't worry if you're staying home. 2. Good Friday. Good Friday for the unchurched. Obviously, if you go to church on Good Friday, that is a day gone. It's a very busy church day. So for the unchurched on Good Friday, we would wake up and have hot cross buns using the new microwave, first thing in the morning, like it or not. Hot cross buns were a really special treat in the 80s because they were strictly a limited edition. They used to have a lot more fruit like peel in them, and you definitely could not buy them 2 weeks after Christmas. There was no chocolate version either. That would have been completely wrong for Good Friday. Number 3. You must have fish on Good Friday, and everyone always did, regardless of religious belief, because you wouldn't dare risk offending the neighbours with cooking smells of meat. Not on Good Friday. You also didn't do any work in the garden or the garage because it was a very religious day and everyone respected it even though they didn't practice it. It was more done out of respect for each other than for the day. So no noisy equipment on Good Friday. It's very bad manners. So you always had fish, but it wasn't some seafood spread like the expectation seems to have become. No one did that because it wasn't a party day. There wasn't drinking and bars open. It was a sombre day, which was kind of refreshing. A good 80s dish to have is a tuna casserole. Not a tuna pasta bake, a casserole to have with rice. cooked with glorious processed foods like tin soup, carnation milk and crisps. I'll put the recipe for one in the description. Number 4, Saturday. Easter Saturday, nothing was open. Nothing was happening. It was a day Dad would drink beer and watch football. People might visit and they would drink beer and tea and watch football. It was really boring and there was no internet, so you had to do things like play Yahtzee or Monopoly. You might try and do some craft like paint some empty eggshells or try and dye them colours in the saucepan. But one special thing was, this might be the day that you get your new pyjamas. Now this was a strange tradition, it might just be an Australian thing, but for us Easter marks a time of the year when summer really ends and the days start getting worse as we head towards winter. Because of this, Easter has come to mean new pyjamas for winter. So we give presents like flannel pyjamas, warm snuggly winter robes and slippers, but definitely a new set of winter pyjamas. But we're in the Northern Hemisphere, you say. Well, just adapt it. We've had to do it with all your winter holidays. Just give swimwear and beach towels instead. Something you had to buy anyway, but now it's become a present. Number 5, Easter Sunday. Finally, you get to eat this chocolate you've been thinking about since Christmas finished. The chocolate of Easter eggs is just different, or it was different. And it was thin and a different shape. It was magical. There were no Kinder Surprise eggs then. Egg-shaped chocolate was a one-day thing and no cheating. You might have some leftovers, but you had to be careful. Once it was gone, that was it. Children would discuss it for weeks, boasting about who'd managed to save some and how much. Maybe kids still have this serious discussion in the playground, but back in the 80s, saving your chocolate wasn't easy. Why? Because we didn't get much. The norm was choosing one egg or rabbit. If you were lucky, you might get some extras from relatives, but Easter Bunny left just one. Like Santa Claus, you might get to choose what egg you wanted this rabbit to leave behind, but it was usually a brand called Red Tulip. They made Humpty Dumpty eggs with Smarties in the middle and an Easter rabbit called an Elegant Rabbit. There were so many different wrappers for the Elegant Rabbits. Each one seemed individual, like a Cabbage Patch doll. It would be a big thing to try and take the wrapper off carefully and then smooth out the foil. And then often we took them into school after the holidays for art class. Occasionally, and very occasionally, there would be news that someone had had an egg hunt. But that kind of parental effort just wasn't an 80s thing. We saw one up the road once, the only one I ever saw, and they had all the family visiting them. Usually no one bothered. We tried it the next year after seeing it, and well, ours didn't work out so well. My lovely mother woke up early and put out little eggs all over the garden, but when it was time for the egg hunt, there was just a few foil wrappers left. So at least the dog had a great Christmas that year. No one really cared because we all had the flu really bad, which is another popular Easter tradition. Easter Sunday dinner was never a Christmas-style event. This year in the Kmart catalogue, they were even selling Easter crackers. Easter dinner was simple and very casual. It might be with family. It might be deliberately far away from them, such as at the caravan. Family might just pop by at some point as they go visiting 5 other people that day. It was chocolate and cups of tea with relatives and being allowed to be in your pyjamas, even when visitors were there, because you had to show everyone their new pyjamas and the robes and the slippers and the egg cartons and the foil wrappers. So let yourself relax a bit this Easter and go with an 80s theme. It's lo-fi, it's casual, and it's very hygge. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a lovely Easter and you don't get the flu. Also, I hope you don't have to attend any ridiculous Easter weddings.